Welcome. I'm Kinetic Symphony. I hunt down and report on mysterious and weird true stories, from glitches to the paranormal. Case file number 82, written by user RingingShay. From heating up leftovers to an early rise in bed 3 days later. No memory of anything in between. This happened in January 2015. I was 3 months pregnant with our first son. My ex-husband woke me up extremely excited, manic you could say. "Where were you? And what the hell?" he yelled. It was no later than 4 a.m., so I was very disoriented, and immediately started an argument, which ended with me not really remembering going to bed the night before. Talking more about it, I realized an extra 2 days had passed, don't remember days of the week, and had a complete blackout. The last thing I remembered was heating up leftovers from the food we ordered for dinner. It was about 7 p.m., and my ex-husband went to get his car back from the mechanic. He said I okayed him calling Uber from my phone, but I can't recall that. After coming back, I was nowhere to be found. My keys, wallet, and phone were there, but I was gone. He immediately went to the only neighbor we used to hang out with at a time, but I wasn't there. He waited a few more hours, then called the police. From what he said, the next 2 days were hell. The hospital kept calling. I'm a nurse. Friends I made plans with called, and no one had any idea where I was. On the third day, I just appeared in our bed in jammies. The door was locked, and my ex-husband hadn't even slept. He was drinking and walking around the house all night. I didn't lose my job, and we had no problems with authorities, but to this day, I can't figure out what could have happened. Case notes. The possible explanations that jumped to my mind. The first, a little alien spice. 2 would be a dissociative episode. And 3, an actual human abductor, because I think some drugs used to knock people out also cause amnesia. The question I have is mainly regarding your body's status. Did you feel okay on the third day when you remembered coming back to? Any bruises anywhere, scars or headaches? Or were you perfectly normal without any symptoms? If the author responds, I'll add their notes down below. Case file number 83, written by user Marjorie SB. We all know socks vanish inexplicably, but they aren't supposed to be returned. I think I just bore witness to the mother of all sock glitches. I have 4 socks in my dresser which, over the course of the past year or so, have become unpaired. I've semi-jokingly pinned this on the wormhole or pocket dimension or sock thieving entity that purportedly exists in washing machines across the world, and dryers too. I've kept these lone socks around because I'm the type of person who wears mismatched socks anyways. So it was all fine and dandy. What's less fine and dandy is the fact that all 4 of the lost socks just appeared in my laundry hamper today. Like, they were just lying there, on top of a few articles of clothing. They weren't ratty or tattered or in any bad condition at all. I'm flabbergasted. There is no way, no chance whatever, that they were in this hamper the whole time because, 1, I live alone and I'm entirely responsible for the placement of my things, and 2, I'm fastidious when it comes to cleaning, organizing, and putting things away, so I would have noticed them. And also 3, I've changed washing machines and hampers, and that's after these socks went missing. What? What do I do? Do I thank the universe? Do I throw them out in case they're cursed or something? Or do I just continue on like all this is totally normal? Case notes, file number 83. What a cute glitch. And yes, socks do go missing all the time. The most common glitch in the universe, perhaps, or maybe we just forget them, clung to the innards of our washing machines and dryers. For your specific case, however, them appearing in your hamper doesn't strike me as the typical sock system malfunction. There's one small and unsettling possibility. I've heard of squatters living in people's attics, even in their walls, without the owners knowing, for years. I highly doubt this is the case, and even if it was, why would they return socks in such a way? or even have them to begin with. But it's just a thought. The author responded to my comment, saying, "I know on the surface it's a seemingly innocuous and common event, but the closer I looked at it, the more I saw the whole thing as surrounded by impossibility. And that's what got me so worked up about it. I like explanations. I'll even settle for an outlandish and improbable explanation. But for this, I don't have any explanation whatsoever, and it's kind of grating on my sanity." Ah yes, I've heard of such stories. Super weird and kind of shudder-inducing. But no, I don't think that's the case for me. For one, I probably would have noticed more missing items than just socks if I had squatters. And two, with the way the walls and attics are insulated here, those people would have to be on the resident side of the walls in order to benefit from the insulation. Our winters dip into -50s and lower, so if I did have squatters at some point, it's fair to say they're part of the framework now. Case file number 84, written by user pluvioss. Waiting for her boyfriend. There he is, but why is he leaving? My boyfriend and I have a tradition where we'll meet at Sheetz and get curly fries and milkshakes together, then sit in the car and listen to music. His workplace is only about a minute's drive from the Sheetz we go to, so we meet there after his shifts typically. We decided to meet up last night like usual. It was just after 8 p.m. when I pulled into the parking lot. I saw his car and parked in the spot right next to him, fully expecting to look at him through the window and see him laughing at my bad parking. I turned and looked at him through the window, and we locked eyes for a moment, until I watched him back out of the spot and drive to the exit of the parking lot. I watched him stop at the stop sign and then drive away on the route he always takes to go home. I sat there, extremely confused. I checked my phone for a text in case maybe something had come up and he needed to go home, but I had no messages from him. I started to panic a little, wondering if I had done something wrong and he was upset with me, but even then, he's not the type to just leave like that. I sat in my car for a few minutes before deciding to text him. All I sent was, before he replied, "I'm here." I was even more confused. I know I had seen him leave. I saw him in his car, wearing the purple shirt and hat he'd been wearing all day, and I saw his license plate. It's a 4-letter word, so it's easy to memorize. I know I had seen him. I watched him leave the area and start going home, so there was no way he could have pulled into the parking lot without me seeing. He told me to meet him inside, and sure enough, there he was at the door, heading into the building. I was pretty startled, and I still am, because I know for a fact that I watched him look at me through the window, and then just leave. I told him what happened, and we both just laughed it off, but I can't help but keep feeling weird about it. I can't imagine how someone else could look exactly like my boyfriend, and have the same car and license plate. I don't know what happened, and I'm a bit worried I hallucinated it or something. But yeah, that was my glitch. Case notes, file number 84. I've probably read 4 or 5 of these types of duplication glitches just this year. It's disturbing. A doppelganger doesn't fit here, because he was wearing the same clothes, driving the same car. It's almost as if your boyfriend was lagging ahead of where he was supposed to be. So the inverse of lag, I guess. I read the comments here too. You said he didn't notice anything off on his end, and thinks you must have hallucinated. The mind is powerful, true. It can make us see things we expect to see, especially in brief flashes. But you said that you locked eyes with him, so it's more than just an unsettling peripheral glimpse in this case. If he was ahead in time and rewinded back by the developers of this little game called life, then he wouldn't have any memory of the event that for him, in his current state of mind, never happened. To me, this just exemplifies that we are part of a simulation. At least that's what I think. What do you think? If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. And if you're new around here, I have a lot more content on my channel.